Hello, welcome to Total Fight Time. I'm your host, Major League Gaming Travel. This is the series where I choose a bunch of random characters to fight each other. We will learn about their powers, strengths, weaknesses to see who would win a fight or not. Alright, let us see the fighter for tonight. Today is the battle between Eku and King Sombra. With all that said, let's analyze and power scale Total Fight Time's newest round of fighters. Don't forget to check out my Patreon, become a member to see exclusive content, link is in the description.
Eku was originally a surviving fragment of a primordial evil vanquished by God, later given sentence by a daimyo who was trying to protect his village from the fragment's continued growth. Eku went on a rampage until he was healed by the daimyo using a sword created to own the demon, Eku breaking free a decade later to take revenge. Though the daimyo made preparations for his son to succeed where he failed, Eku sent the samurai to the distant future, where Earth is now under Eku's control. He created multiple alternate timelines in which he sent Jack in hopes for him to be defeated. This timeline have no future or past, ampersand are a place between time, making him low multiversal level. He snatched Jack out of a time portal after he was already traveling through time. He also knocked him off his travel with his lasers, making him immeasurable. He claimed nothing of this world could harm him, ampersand requires divine weaponry to harm him, consistent with regularly battling his equals. He is as intelligent as he is powerful, and his cunning knows little end, from taking the form of a woman to trick Jack or manipulating various races into serving him. He has no remorse whatsoever about telling someone he will save their village if they obey his command, only to destroy said village as soon as he gets what he wants. Eku's shape-shifting is limited to his color scheme, ampersand will remain red, black, ampersand green no matter what form he takes. Eku's own reflection will reveal his normal form. Though Eku cannot be harmed by normal weapons and attacks, he can only be harmed, defeated and vanquished by Jack's sword, ampersand other mystical forces, such as divine weapons, ampersand power. Furthermore, the goddess of water and her three elemental servants are able to harm and defeat Eku with very little effort, although not at the same degree as three gods Odin, Ra, ampersand Vishnu. Since Eku was a fragment of the greatest manifestation of evil, he can be destroyed by the strength, ampersand purity of the humans and likely any other living creature. Spirit, as stated by Vishnu. This can be seen by Jack's katana, forged from the purity and strength of his father's spirit, are able to inflict an extremely agonizing injury to him, judging by his scream. When possessed by Eku, Jack, in his psyche, vanquish, ampersand exorcise the demon from him completely by the light of his spirit. Overall, even with those flaws, Eku still proves why he is the shape-shifting master of darkness. 1,000 years ago, King Sombra enslaved the entire Crystal Empire, ruling through fear. He was banished by both Celestia and Luna, but after 1,000 years returned to take over again. However, he was eventually destroyed by the Crystal Heart before managing to regain control. He was then resurrected by Discord posing as Groger. Ampersand refused his plan to work with other villains in favor of taking over the Crystal Empire on his own. After tricking the main six into leading him to the Tree of Harmony, he destroyed the tree, ampersand took over upon evil and control it, but was destroyed a second time by the main six with the magic of friendship. He was so powerful, it required both Celestia and Luna to defeat him, the Crystal Heart to destroy him. Princess Luna controls the Dreamscape, the realm where all dreams exist in, housing all of them as a higher structure than it. Not only this, dreams are fourth-dimensional spaces, which even applies to regular ponies. This made Dreamscape six-dimensional due to transcending the dream. Nightmare Moon was powerful enough to briefly push and then hold back a blast from the elements of harmony, which were able to affect Discord, who pulled back the cosmology like a sheet and show the TV static behind it, which contains Limbo, which is described as a world between worlds and the structure beyond the universes. Limbo is the space between the infinite universes and realities of the multiverse, making him complex multiversal level. He is superior to Rainbow Dash, who flies relative to Discord, who was able to traverse to different periods in time with nearly his speed. He's also a Bob Luna, who can move through the Dream Realm, which houses an infinite hallway of doors, making him immeasurable. He required the Crystal Heart to actually be taken down for good. Sombra was able to take over and rule the entire Crystal Empire with an iron fist, was smart enough to know how to properly hide the Crystal Heart from all in such a good way it took Twilight in order to figure it out, was still able to outsmart Twilight and would have won if Spike did not step in on 2 separate occasions. Fake his defeat so he could follow the main 6 and destroy the source of their power. Sombra is highly overconfident and tends to underestimate his opponent. He also has trouble thinking on the spot if his plans fail, not really having backup plans, completely panic when the main 6 were still able to use the magic of friendship even after he destroyed the elements of harmony. He can be destroyed by the Crystal Heart. Overall, even with those flaws, King Sombra is still the Dark Unicorn King and one of the most dangerous threats in all of Equestria.
Fight!
Alright viewers, now that the prey analysis is done, let us get into who wins this fight and why.
This is kind of an interesting battle since both Sombra and Aku can't be killed by any physical means. So this battle could go on forever. How do we decide a winner then? Well, both characters have other ways to win. Aku could send Sombra into the future, where he is victorious, while Sombra could turn Aku into stone. Now there's the question, who would be able to use their trump card in this fight? Well, I believe that King Sombra having greater strength and skill than Aku will give him a higher chance to turn Aku into stone than for Aku to send Sombra into the future. Aku is a manipulator, but so is Sombra. The only difference is that Sombra doesn't crack jokes like Aku. There's also the Crystal Heart, which could also kill Aku. So in conclusion, King Sombra wins due to being far stronger, more skilled, and having a way to defeat Aku without needing any divine weaponry. Now, if you want to see a free-for-all with nearly every demonic character such as King Sombra, Aku, Trickon, Chara, and more, let me know through the voting poll.
Next time on Total Fight Time.
I am a Jedi, like my father.